Marijuana. I am actually not a user of medical marijuana or marijuana in general at all. So, to answer your most obvious question, why in the world, if I am not a user, why in the world would I consider choosing this topic? Well, like most millennials, I was schooled with the DARE program in elementary. And if you don't know what that means, it's a program that was introduced to young kids in school to teach them how to say no to drugs. DARE Abuse Resistance Education. I even got a certificate. Well, here I am some 20 years later, and I've done my research. CBD versus THC, the physical health benefits of marijuana, the mental health benefits, and I'm going to tell you why I think you should consider taking marijuana products and where you might find them. I know some of you might be skeptical and think that marijuana is this big green monster, and you may or may not be wrong because your first introduction to marijuana was that it's a drug and it just makes you feel high. Well, THC is a chemical compound in that creates those feelings of feeling high. Its side effects include dry mouth, red eyes, slow response times, memory loss, issues with coordination, and yes, of course, the munchies. And that's why THC marijuana products are more used for more recreational purposes than medicinal ones. CBD, however, is not THC, but it is another chemical compound from the cannabis plant that does not have the same side effects as THC. It can be used daily in safe doses of up to 200 milligrams per day, and it is also found in your average daily products like your shampoos, your soaps, makeup, salves, face creams, etc. I mean, if you want a product with a CBD oil in it, you could probably find it. The most important part of my speech are the medical benefits of marijuana and how you can get this from the cannabis plant. For physical health benefits, it can be used in patients with epilepsy. It helps treat their seizures. It can be used for chronic pain management. It helps lower your blood pressure. It reduces your inflammation. It also helps reduce your acne, and it helps the spasticity of your muscles if you have muscle spasms. I, for one, have had those before, and they are super painful, and they limit your movement of everything. I mean, if you have them in your bag, you cannot move. It's also used on cancer patients because it helps them with their nausea and vomiting whenever they're going through the chemotherapy. It has studies have also shown that it helps kill cancer cells, and it slows tumor growth. It doesn't just end there. It also has mental health benefits as well. And yes, mental and physical health our problems are two very different things. As a mental health example, a small group of 8 people with PTSD showed signs of improvement of up to 20% over an 8-week study period when using 49 milligrams of CBD daily. It's also shown to help people relapse and drug and alcohol abuse, depression, insomnia, and of course anxiety. I hope by now I convinced you that marijuana is not the green monster we were taught it was in elementary, and you might consider using it. In case you have doubts, you are not alone. About 91% of adults believe marijuana carries at least one risk, the first one being a legal problem. So it's a great day to be a part of the Sunshine State because it is legal in 37 states, and including this one, California. It can also be used for spiritual purposes where it has roles in Hinduism and in indigenous traditions, but cannabis has been around for millennia, dating as far back as 2800 BC, where it was recorded for its medicinal properties in the Emperor Shen Nung's pharmacopoeia. I also know that some of you might be concerned about whether marijuana is addictive. So to answer your question, the National Institute on Drug Abuse conducted a research report that detailed how you can in fact become addicted to marijuana. Research showed that if you use marijuana before the age of 18, you were 4 to 7 times more likely to become dependent on the drug. And that just means that, if you become dependent on the drug, if you get off the drug and you feel withdrawal symptoms, that's what happens. You are dependent on the drug, and you're it's a disorder. It's also considered a disorder once it starts interfering with your daily life, and therefore, if you are in control of your daily life and you don't let it have control of you, this probably doesn't apply to you. And of course, if you're looking for and of course, if you want to find CBD products for your medical ailments, you can find CBD in oils, gels, supplements, gummies, or your doctor may prescribe you a different form of CBD with a specific dosage just for your needs. And if you're looking for recreational use of marijuana, you can find THC in oils, tinctures, edibles, capsules, and the most obvious smokable products like your vape pen or a good old fashioned joint. You can find most CBD and THC products in your local dispensaries or botanical stores. You definitely can't find these at Walmart. Or if you want to be fancy, Target. Definitely don't go there. With that being said, remember, CBD and THC are two different chemical compounds from the cannabis plant. So they are weed, but they can each help you in different physical ailments or your mental health. I, for one, am thankful for the opportunity to do my own research and not just convince you, but myself as well, as how the cannabis plant can help us. I had severe postpartum anxiety in 2020, and I wish I had access to this information. I mean, maybe it would have helped me relax a little bit, but I'm 30 years old now, and I'm wondering why with my 3 kids, 5, 4, and 1, I'm not using these products. But I still have anxiety attacks today. And who knows, maybe I might hit up the local dispensary here in Hayward Cookies on my way out. But will you? I hope that convinced you today. My name is Myra Martinez, and thank you for your time.